Welcome back to the Data Protection Diaries. Welcome back to the vlog. Appreciate you sticking around, and those of you who have subscribed over the last month or so while we haven't been uploading. Things have been very, very busy in the office with ISTON, with the main consultancy business, and I just haven't had the time, the space, the environment to be able to film any vlogs. So it has taken me a while, which is why I'm back at the house now doing it, because there's just no space in the office and I can't keep kicking people out just because I want to make a video. Enough of that kind of waffle. That is obviously not what you're here for. If you are new to the channel, thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, we are here to provide as much insight and guidance around data protection as we possibly can. If you are not new to the channel, thank you for coming back. I have noticed that a lot of people that are watching the videos aren't subscribed. So if you aren't subscribed to the channel, please do make sure that you hit that subscribe button now. And of course, if you enjoy these videos, please do like, comment with your thoughts down below as well, so that the algorithm can understand that this kind of information is useful. But for now, let's get on with what we want to talk about today. So today we are talking about supplier assurance. So this is third parties, third-party processes, third-party technology providers, anybody that your organization is using to deliver a service, carry out some processing, or support you in the kind of general running of your organization. This could vary from, if you're a very small business, like a small and medium enterprise, this could be your IT support, this could be HR support, this could be your bookkeeper, this could be your accountant, it could be an outsourced marketing team, somebody that's helping you understand SEO, understand cookies, understand the information collected from your website. It could cover a whole range of things. If you are a larger organization, you might be outsourcing processing for things like DBS, so data protection barring service checks. You might still be outsourcing IT, you might be outsourcing finance, you might be outsourcing auditing, all of those kind of things. Supplier assurance covers everything. So understanding who your suppliers are and obviously gaining assurance from them that they are doing the things that they should be doing and looking after your information in the correct fashion. Why is supplier assurance important? Well, supplier assurance is all about understanding the controls and the support that's in place for information that exists from outside of your organization. So you have spent your time creating your internal frameworks, you have spent your time determining how information is going to be processed within your organization, and then all of a sudden you take the decision to send that information to somebody else. Now you've got a contract in place. Of course, that's already been agreed. You know what service is going to be provided and you know who is going to provide that service. So that means you're covered, right? No. A contract is one thing. A contract is important because it demonstrates what you're going to do, who has responsibility for what, and almost as much as important, what happens if that activity goes wrong. But what a contract doesn't do is actually give you any assurance that what you're saying in that agreement is actually happening in person and is actually happening within the organization that you have instructed to work for you. Supplier assurance then is about looking at those suppliers in a more detailed perspective. So in some cases you may just want to send out a questionnaire. Now for many organizations, a supplier assurance questionnaire tends to cover 2 or 3 particular areas. It will cover things like information security, what systems are you using, how often do you update your antivirus, what technologies, are people working from home, who has access to our information and where are they going to be able to access their information from. Do you have cyber essentials? Do you have 27001? We'll also look at data protection. So what kind of policies do you have in place? What kind of procedures have you got for dealing with subject access requests? How can you identify an incident? How are you going to let us know if there has been an incident that involves our personal data? What's the process around that? And the third part that you may include is things like physical access. So you've got a building, you've got premises. Where are you keeping our information? If you're keeping paper records in a records management store, what's the access control to that building? Who can come in? Who can come out? Can I come in and see my information? Can I come in and understand more about who you are and where you're based and what you do? Effective supplier assurance is a really, really key and vital part of any kind of compliance framework, be it working in manufacturing and you're looking at quality assurance, be it in processing of personal data and you're looking for compliance with the GDPR, be it that you're just sending them a lot of sensitive information and you want to know technically how that information is going to be protected. It can be used to cover a multitude of things. There are a number of ways that you can carry out your supplier insurance or assurance. Of course, the first thing you can do is send out a questionnaire. So you can ask them the pertinent questions, you can drill down, you can start to try and get a flavour for the kind of organisation and the kind of support and technical processes that they're going to have in place. Once you've done that, what you probably then want to do is look at what the high risk suppliers are. So your IT provider, potentially your outsourced HR provider, or somebody providing a cloud-based system that you're putting a lot of sensitive information on. Once you've identified those suppliers, you may want to consider doing an on-site audit. So you take that supplier questionnaire, you take that supplier assurance, and you go on site and you say, okay, so you're telling me here that you have policies and procedures that cover the following things: access control, records management, subject access requests. Can you show me that policy? Can you demonstrate that process to me? You say here that our records are kept in a secure storage facility. Can you show me that storage facility? Can you show me who has access to it? Can you show me how that information is controlled? If you're talking about software as a service and cloud solutions, when was the last time that was tested? Do you have a report demonstrating when a penetration test was done? What vulnerabilities were found? Have those vulnerabilities been fixed? All of these things are incredibly important when you're looking to understand how good your suppliers are and you're looking for assurance that they are looking after your information in the best possible fashion. Of course, as we've already said, contracts are important, as also are reputations. So looking at an organisation like Microsoft, for instance, you're probably going to struggle to get any kind of supplier assurance done. But that should be factored into the risk profile when you're looking at your supplier assurance framework. Concentrate on the organisations that are going to cause you the most potential damage, and also look at the size of the organisation. How big are they? How established? How much do you actually know about them? Some of the smallest companies have access to some of the most sensitive information, and understanding that and pushing for a physical audit or pushing for an on-site audit can just give you the comfort that your organisation needs to make sure that everything is running as it should. As always, this is a fairly succinct view on the world. Of course, if you are looking at implementing a large scale or a relatively sizable supplier assurance framework, that is something that we have a lot of experience in, and that is something that we can help you with. And of course, our information is at the end of the video. If you are looking at doing this yourself, then the best thing that you can do is get started. Have a look at some questionnaires. If you're looking for some ideas, do let me know, and I'm happy to give you some ideas, but it doesn't need to be complicated. These things can be done on a spreadsheet, and it's just a case of requesting the information and then reviewing it. It's always best to do something than, of course, to do nothing at all. If you do have any questions, you have any comments, please do add those down below. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, make sure that you like, subscribe to the channel, all those wonderful things, and we look forward to speaking to you again soon. Thanks very much.